One, how many of you can see the first thing there? Desire. Desire. Somebody said something here. I want to be. I think it's in, someone said it's in my blood. This one said I don't want. There is all that strong desire to be something, right? There's that strong desire to say, I want to be this. I want to be that. And that is what many of us have come here with today. Can you hear me? That is the reason why we want to be what we want to be. And there is another thing called interest. Some people, I think, desire, interest are the same thing. They are, and they are different too. Let me explain. So, you are interested in fashion, right? Doesn't mean that you have a very, very, how will I put it? You can be interested in fashion, football, all those type of things. Doesn't exactly mean that you want to be that. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Right? It's just an interest and you are playing around it. But over time, you realize that I want to be a doctor, but I like playing football. Right? Over time, I just realized that I think this my doctor thing is working, but I've gotten to a point where the interest for this thing is stronger than or something, and I just move. Is that fine? Okay, so the next thing, number three, what can you see? What can you see on number three? Exposure. Exposure is what we did in the last 2 days. We made you guys sit down and speak to back end developers. Have you heard from back end developers before? How many of you, before coming here, you knew what a back end developer was? Raise your hand. Before coming here? Okay, beautiful. How many of you, because you came here on Thursday, you now know what a back end developer is? Awesome, beautiful. So that is what exposure means. You now know who a back-end developer is. You maybe some of you don't even know there is anything like a portrait photographer or or this in wedding photographer. You think every photographer just enter inside the studio, they snap you, you come out. No. Before coming here, some of you, I know it's quite popular, but some of you might not even know who a makeup artist is, right? Some of you might, but I know it's quite popular, so most of you should. The more you expose yourself, she said something, she said she's watching videos on YouTube. And if you remember, some of our panelists told you guys to go online, to go on YouTube, go and check for things. The more you expose yourself to things, the more you broaden your horizon. Let me give you an interesting example. How many of you know that maybe you said, I want to be a doctor, and then, or I want to be a lawyer or something, and then in the last 2 years you've changed your mind? Can you raise your hand? Beautiful. Why? Because you probably got exposed to something else, and it is not bad, it is not wrong, right? For some of you that filled our form online, you would have noticed we asked you what do you want to be. If you had written 20 things there, it's fine. Do you get? Over time, you heard from the panelists, you can do plenty things at the same time. You can decide to do many things. Just ensure you focus and you balance your time. Does that make sense? And that is one of the reasons why I showed you guys my bio, so that you will see that it's not what we are saying. We're not. So don't wake up and say, "I want to be this. I must be this. I must be that." Mm-mm. You want to be this. It's not working. Find another thing you can do. And you saw we had two first class students, right? From the first the entrepreneurship panel, the lady that is still in Unilag. She's in Unilag, she's doing business in Unilag, she's on a first class in biochemistry. Still. Then you heard from the other lady that just graduated. She finished this year. And she's doing business. So those people that are telling you that you cannot be doing this and doing that. Maybe that was then. And we heard from Sajo. Sajo is currently working and is doing businesses. Do you get? So nobody has an excuse in the year 2023 to say this is the reason why I cannot move ahead. What's the last one? Experience. Experience is your story. When your younger brother is not feeling too well, you are beginning to think many people, the things that happen to them are the things that make them do what they want to do. The things that they experience in life. Maybe, um, in my family, they treated my family unjustly. When something happened to my father, they collected our land. Therefore, I want to be a lawyer so that I will not allow people to experience injustice. How many of you have heard those type of stories? That was one of the reasons why we showed you the movie that we showed you yesterday, even if some of you did not watch it. But it's many people, the things that they decide to be in life is as a reason of their experience. So how many things have I said now? Four. Why do you want to be what you want to be? Number one is what? Number two is what? Number three is what? Number four is what? So we go to the next slide. When are you supposed to start pursuing a career? People that have not participated before, I want to hear you. I have four participants. Can I get four things? Because I've asked them plenty questions and no, you gave me two. Can you give me four? Can you give me things for? Yeah, so I want to hear from the people that have not spoken before. When should we start pursuing our career? Okay, pass the mic to them now. And you are lazy. Stand up. I need two extra presents for the people that spoke. Some people were really nice.
I think we should start pursuing our career from a very young age. So if you start maybe when you were in primary school, you wanted to be a doctor, and you really, really want to be a doctor. So from that time, you can just start doing one or two things like that. You can learn, ask people questions. When you get secondary school, too, you can do other things. You can join the Red Cross. From there, you can start practicing one or two things. So if
Put
you
your hands together for him. If you want to be a doctor, you can start practicing.